Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Wednesday. You all had a good day?
Very nice day today. Perfect weather for the CrossFit athletes.
Yep.
The competition is really intense today. It's a big day of competition there.
Right. And it's also a big day for Badger football.
Yeah.
We'll do live. Coach Chris is talking about the AP rankings that came out today. Wait till you hear those numbers.
And happy August, everybody. It's August 1st.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it does feel that way.
And here's what's making news on this Wednesday. The mother of a Middleton man accused of murder takes the stand.
Another popular food chain faces issues with foodborne illness, and we'll take a look into why there have been so many food recalls and alerts this summer.
And some incredible video taken on board a Mexican airliner as the plane crashes.
Somebody was recording as the plane took off.
103 people, no fatalities.
Everyone walked away. It's incredible.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it really is. Let's take a look outside today. A little mix of clouds and sun, but a warm day.
I was home at noon. It was sprinkling at my house.
Oh, really?
What is this?
That's the view from somebody's glasses.
Oh, we're told from our photographer to keep an eye on the sky. It's a giant elephant. I thought it was somebody's face.
So did I.
I'm glad that turned out better than it appeared to be. Fall like tomorrow. The weather words Chris Reese is in the backyard. Kind of warm today.
It is warm today. It actually doesn't feel too bad out here now. There's a little bit of a cloud over me, so that's keeping the sun from beaming down. Mark, you and I were out here at noon. We know it was warm when that sun was kind of hitting you on the face there. We still do see some sunshine out there right now. Here's a live look outside. You've also got a lot of those cumulus clouds that I like to call decorator clouds, the perfect little cherry on top of a nice day. The temperature 81 degrees right now. And we're going to see more of those clouds begin to thicken up over time as we await a cold front. It's going to be working its way to the south and east tonight. 84 here in town, 84 as you work your way south towards Janesville, 80 over in Lone Rock. The Dells at 82 right now. And we have been tracking some showers and thunderstorms this afternoon on Doppler track. That would be the reason for that sprinkle at your house earlier today, Mark. And then in Verona, you guys got in on a nice shower earlier today as well. In our area, the heaviest shower right now is now moving out of Fort Atkinson. That's going to be going over towards Waukesha. You also have some showers and thunderstorms northeast of the Dells and east of Watoma as of now. We're going to be tracking these as we go through the next several hours because that will play an impact on our weather later on tonight once that cold front actually moves on through here. So the temperature difference does not look all that impressive over the past 24 hours to our north now, but it's a sign of things to come because tomorrow it will be very fall-like once that cold front gets on through here. So do be advised, if you're going to be headed out tonight, take an umbrella. It won't be a washout, but there is at least going to be that chance for some showers and thunderstorms, especially around 8 o'clock and beyond. So do keep that in mind. Here's a live look at the belt line right now. It's moving, so that is good news. Well, the camera's switching around on us there, so we'll go ahead and get that steady for some future updates. But we are starting to see more brake lights beginning to show up over the course of time on our belt line and downtown. And of course, with the CrossFit games going on, that traffic is going to be exacerbated as we go through the next couple of days here in town. The rest of Dane County does look good at this hour with traffic moving at its posted speeds. But here in town, we are beginning to see those slowdowns.
Keep an eye on things. We'll check back in a few minutes. Chris, thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Chris. First at 4, the mother of the accused testifies in the murder trial of a Middleton man.
John C. Jack Hammond is charged with the April 2017 homicide of his landlord, Agnes Bram, in her University Avenue home. Eric Franke with the latest updates of day 3 of the trial. He joins us in the news center.
Yeah, that's right, Mark. And Susan, defense attorney Matthew Mosier focused on 2 key topics here. Interactions between the accused, Jack Hammond, and his mother, Marjorie, who testified today. Now, in the days before Agnes Bram was found brutally beaten in her garage, Marjorie Hammond confirmed she'd been upset with her son because of a Facebook rant in which her son called women evil, among other things. Mosier also asked Mrs. Hammond about claims that she told police she didn't live with her son because she feared he would hurt her.
Do you recall telling them that you did not want Jack to live with you because you were afraid of him hitting you over the head with something?
I absolutely did not say that.
Do you recall telling them that you could not trust Jack alone in your house as he would trash it?
I did not say that. I said something close to that, but I didn't say I didn't trust him alone in my house.
What do you remember saying?
I said that he was too messy for my lifestyle.
Now, much of Marjorie Hammond's testimony today had to do with her son's upbringing and also where he had lived up until the time that he moved in with Agnes Bram in that home on University Avenue, renting a room there. Hammond's attorney has contended that another man is responsible for the murder. The trial for first-degree intentional homicide is expected to last at least through the end of the week. Mark and Susan?
All right, Eric Franke live in the News Center. Thank you.
You're welcome.
President Trump is explicitly saying something that he has been hinting at for a long time. He's calling on his attorney general to squash the investigation into Russia's election interference and possible collusion by the Trump campaign. The president tweeted, "This is a terrible situation, and Attorney General Jeff Sessions should stop this rigged witch hunt right now before it continues to stain our country any further." Reaction came from both the White House and Capitol Hill.
There's a reason that the president's angry, and frankly, most of America is angry as well, and there's no reason he shouldn't be able to voice that opinion.
That's just ridiculous. I mean, if the president is innocent, he should act like it, and he should cooperate with the Mueller investigation, have it go through to its logical conclusion, and then have his name cleared.
I think Mueller should finish his work, and the truth is what is going to be good for the president and good for the country.
And the president's tweets come as Paul Manafort, his former campaign manager, is in court for day 2 on fraud charges unrelated to his work on Mr. Trump's campaign. This is the first trial related to the special counsel Russian investigation, although he is not charged with anything in connection to President Trump nor his campaign. Paula Reed reports from federal court in Alexandria, Virginia.
The judge overseeing this trial, he is known as the Rocket Docket, and he is certainly living up to that name. In just a day and a half, he has already selected a jury, heard opening arguments, and prosecutors have already called several witnesses. Now, the most surprising development today was when prosecutors said they may not call Richard Gates. Now, he is Manafort's former business partner, as well as being the deputy Trump campaign chairman. He was expected to be a star witness for the prosecution after he entered a plea deal with special counsel earlier this year. Manafort is charged with bank fraud and tax evasion in connection with lobbying work he did for Russian-backed Ukrainian politicians. But his attorneys, they blame Gates for setting up offshore accounts and failing to disclose earnings to the IRS. President Trump weighed in Wednesday in a tweet comparing his former campaign chairman to mobster Al Capone and asking which one has been treated worse. It is important for people to remember that the president could preemptively pardon Manafort at any time during this trial or after. Paula Reed, CBS News, Alexandria, Virginia.
And the trial is expected to last about 2 weeks.
The popular restaurant chain Chipotle faces another scare about possible foodborne illness. Health officials in Ohio are investigating hundreds of reports of illness linked to a Chipotle in Powell, Ohio. The restaurant near Columbus closed Monday after more than 150 people reported feeling sick. Chipotle has been recovering after an E. coli outbreak in 2015 sickened at least 60 customers in 14 states. The company has taken significant steps to improve its food safety, and the incident did not seem to faze customers nationwide. Another health alert is issued for food that possibly contains a parasite called Cyclospora, this time for salads and wraps from stores including Trader Joe's and Walgreens.
This is one of many warnings, recalls, and outbreaks we've seen this summer. A number of them have affected Wisconsin. Amanda Quintana is here with what you should look out for. And why are we seeing so many alerts?
It seems like every day there is another one, another recall, another outbreak. One of the most recent, Goldfish and Ritz crackers. Before that, vegetable trays, turkey, even Honey Smack cereal. Although it seems like a lot, public health officials aren't convinced we're seeing an increase. Lab testing has gotten better, so we are seeing more warnings. But those alerts came too late for some in Wisconsin. Just in Dane County, we saw one person get sick from salmonella in Honey Smack cereal and 8 from the parasite Cyclospora in veggie trays bought at Quick Trip.
When there are these national outbreaks or recalls, we might have 1 or 2 cases. This one was so regional, you know, Quick Trip is a really regional chain. And so, yeah, 8 cases was a lot for us. We usually have just 1 or 2 cases of Cyclospora reported in a year.
In all of Wisconsin, there were 172 cases of cyclospora as of July 19th from those quick trip trays. Now we have other foods to look out for, salads and wraps with that same parasite possibility, and a whey powder produced in Blair, Wisconsin could be linked to salmonella, causing goldfish, Swiss rolls, and Ritz crackers to leave shelves. Doctors say the best thing to do is pay attention to these alerts. Make sure you throw away or return these products. Public Health says, unfortunately, no foods are risk-free, and it might be safer to just prepare food at home.
Grow your own? I don't know.
Yeah, it's really difficult to, I mean, there's no way to avoid it,
that
really.
goldfish thing really threw a lot of
Yeah,
people.
that's true.
That is odd.
All right, thanks, Amanda.
Investigators in Mexico are working to determine what caused an Aeromexico jet to crash as it tried to take off this morning. Incredibly, everyone on board survived. A passenger was recording during takeoff with his cell phone. With the plane in flames, passengers scrambled to get away. All 103 passengers and crew survived. Local officials say a gust of wind brought down the plane that was headed to Mexico City from the northern state of Durango. U.S. and Mexican investigators are on the scene. Well, the college football season gets underway later this month, and there are high expectations for the University of Wisconsin's team. ESPN released its preseason rankings, and they have the Badgers ranked 6th.
Head coach Paul Christ is talking to reporters right now as part of the Badgers Media Day. There he is. ESPN ranks Alabama number 1, Clemson 2, Ohio State 3rd, and Georgia 4th. Let's listen in briefly and see what the coach is saying.
Yeah, I think, you know, Brad had a couple things, you know, with the knee and the hip. And so he's going to be able to do some things in camp. But I think we got to be smart with him, and really the same we said with Z. You know, Z, that was a Minnesota game, so that's, you know, late injury. I think both have had, you know, the rehabilitation's been good to this point. You know, they're cleared to do a lot, but I think we got to really be smart with how we do it and make sure that we're doing it right for them, which if it's right for them, it's right for our team. So, but both can do some, you know, that part you feel good with. So they can work, they can.
Coach Chris talking about injuries, of course, which can ruin a season just like that.
But there are really high hopes. 6th is very exciting. And tonight is also family night at Camp Randall. You can meet the players and the coaches. That starts tonight at 6, and it runs until 8. You can get autographs and have your picture taken. It's always a really fun event for families. Admission is free. You enter at gates 1 or 10, but parking is $10, and that's in lots 17 and 20.
And still to come before downtown Madison may be the site of a new world record this evening.
They're going for the largest cheese board ever, and our big cheese, Farm Director Pam Yonke, is first in line. She's down there. She'll have a live report for us when Live at 4 continues.
And I'm old enough. We went from swinging cans.
The subscription service MoviePass is scrambling to stay afloat.
Consumers love it for making movie tickets affordable, but as Meg Oliver reports, prices are going up.
Emily Scheuer used her MoviePass just a few days ago to see the Mamma Mia sequel. She's one of 3 million members who were paying $10 a month to see up to a movie a day in theaters.
I've had it since January, so it's been 6 months, and I've probably used it to see 12 to 15 movies. Wow.
But a few days ago, the bottom fell out when a cash crunch at MoviePass led to service outages.
And it's this error making reservation. I don't know, it was pretty frustrating.
Now the company is raising its rate by 50% to about $15 a month, and it's restricting tickets for major releases.
That's what happened this weekend with the opening of the newest Mission Impossible. MoviePass holders were blocked from getting tickets.
MoviePass explained the change in a message to its members that to continue growing, it needs to maintain a high level of financial discipline. Derek Thompson is senior editor at The Atlantic and says the model is flawed.
It's not a business model. It is a consumer giveaway. They can use that card every single day to buy movie tickets, but MoviePass still has to pay full freight for each movie ticket.
Scheuer says she's not sure she'll continue her membership after the price goes up.
It's really frustrating when the problems happen, and so that's kind of a question that I'm dealing with.
But she says it was great during Oscar season. Meg Oliver, CBS News, New York.
The company that owns MoviePass has seen its stock drop below $1 and is in danger now of getting booted off the NASDAQ exchange.
It's not sustainable. Yeah. Speaking of stocks, on Wall Street, energy stocks fell, bringing down the Dow and the S&P 500. The blue chip index fell 81 points, closing at 25,333. The NASDAQ Composite Index managed a 35-point gain, but the S&P 500 lost nearly 3. Well, back in March, the dairy farmers of Wisconsin made a cheese board at South by Southwest in Austin, Texas, and people went crazy for it.
So tonight at the concert on the square, they're doing it again, but this time they're hoping to set a Guinness World Record for the world's largest cheese board. The first 2,000 people get to take some cheese home, so Farm Director Pam Yankee is in line. There she is. Hi, Pam.
Ooh, I'm a Guinness World Book virgin, so I'm particularly excited about this. And we are exactly right across from the state capitol, getting ready for a beautiful night with concerts on the square, and more importantly, a world-breaking cheese board. Mike Marcotte is he's the adjudicator with the Guinness World Book staff, and he's been here since early this morning. Now tell me how difficult it is to break a world record of this type.
Well, Pam, welcome to your first Guinness World Records attempt. This is very exciting. It is a lot of work by the dairy farmers of Wisconsin to put this whole event together. There's over 145 varieties of cheese on this cheese board behind me. This cheese board itself is a feat in its own. It's over 35 feet long, but a lot of work weighing this cheese. We were up and at it at about 6:30 this morning just to weigh all this cheese that we see behind us.
Now, I'm a little jealous of you. How did you get this job? How are you trained? Where'd you come from?
All adjudicators with Guinness World Records go to London at our world headquarters for a week's worth of training, and then we do additional trainings throughout the year. We have our North American division headquarters in New York City.
Now, how long did you prep for this particular event?
Well, the dairy farmers of Wisconsin were prepping a lot more than I was. So there's months of planning that goes into this event, and I've been working with them for the last few weeks to get this whole day ready and set.
Now, this is a public event. These folks are going to be enjoying cheese, so you have to be very careful about every element of this board. Tell me about some of the things behind the scenes, Mike.
Every single piece of cheese, Pam, has to be consumed and ready for human consumption. So we can't drop a piece of cheese on the ground. We can't have a cheese curd fall behind. Every single thing that we have here has to be ready to be served out, and we're not throwing anything away.
Oh boy, and I'll tell you what, talk about the crescendo building, folks. They are going to build a cheese curd mountain as part of our record-breaking event. Mike is going to give us the thumbs up or the no, 5:15, so if you have the chance, bike, walk, crawl, you don't want to miss this. Farm babe on the scene. Get ready to break the world record for the biggest cheese board right here with Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin and Mike Marcotte, my new best friend.
Oh, Pam. Pam, what is the world record? What are we trying to break here?
Oh, yeah, what is the world record?
The world record currently is 3,375 pounds. It was set in the Netherlands in 2015.
We're going for it. We're going to take it. We're going to take it. We've been weighing cheese since 4:30 this morning.
Yeah, we have to win here in Wisconsin. And there's a little temporary structure that's covering the cheese today, right on the Capitol Square, right?
Yep, it looks like a barn, and it says the world's largest cheese board on the outside. So yeah, if you get down by the Capitol, we're on the King and Main. King, not Martin Luther King. Farm Babe wandered around a bit. King and Main, if you want to come on down.
All right, we'll check back a little later in this broadcast.
Sounds good.
I think Farm Babe in the City could be a Live at 4 segment, a regular segment. Thank you, Pam. We'll check back in a little bit.
And we'll be right back. Take a look at this. How's your golf game? 18-year-old Garrett Clark backflips, catches a golf club, then takes one hit, and it's in the cup.
Wow.
Pretty amazing. They don't say how many tries this took. And his buddy Steven takes a swing at the trick shot, too, adding a cartwheel to the mix. He catches the club and with one hand takes it and hits it in the hole.
Wow.
That took a lot of practice. I bet there's, who knows how many times they tried it. Anyway, it's Wednesday, August 1st.
It's time to celebrate National Girlfriends Day today.
It is also National Spider-Man Day, but don't ask us who sponsors it.
Every superhero gets their own day.
And we looked this up on Google. It's World Wide Web Day. Today marks the birth of the web in Switzerland in 1990. And this is the very first website, which was published on August 6, 1991. It served up a page explaining the World Wide Web project, giving information on how users could set up a web server and create their own websites and pages. I guess people took that challenge seriously.
You think?
1991. I mean, is that recent?
Yeah, only 27 years?
Incredible. Wow.
I can't imagine it. All right.
Well, you can't imagine without it now, but we lived without it for
I mean, I
a long
can't
time.
really. I'm thinking back to the early days when my sister got a computer. She was 7 years older, and I was just a little kid, and I'd just go in and play with it. I had no idea what I was doing.
And now look.
And now
Your
look
whole
at
life
where
is
we are.
computers.
I know, right? I've been looking at the forecast, by the way. We are tracking some of those showers and thunderstorms moving in. I'll have your full first alert forecast right after this break. Another one of those warm August days as we make our way into the dog days of summer now. Check out the highs across the region today. 85 throughout the lakeshore, 82 here in Madison. But there's some other highs that I want to point out to you. Check out Superior. They only made it to 69 degrees. That is a sign of what is to come as we head into tomorrow. Here closer in southern Wisconsin, Janesville made it all the way to 88. So they were one of those warm spots today. Wautoma at 84, same for the Dells, making it to 84. Temperatures now are still into the lower 80s for a lot of folks. 84 for Janesville. We've dropped a degree here in Madison at 81, 83 in the Dells. But the 70s are starting to show up as you work your way further to the north and west. That's where temperatures are a little bit cooler than they were just 24 hours ago. Okay, it's 7 degrees. It's not impressive, Chris. Come on. All right. Check this out then. 31 degrees colder than they were yesterday in Superior. That is the next air mass that is marching its way towards the south and east and will be impacting our weather as we get you into the day tomorrow. Already we're tracking some of those showers and thunderstorms right now. A lot of lightning, especially right around Green Bay and back to the west. We saw a few showers pop up around the Madison area earlier, especially if you were right around Verona. You got a nice little soaker that came down for a few minutes. But this is the main cold front that we're going to be tracking as it works its way to the south and east, bringing with it some rain chances is into tonight. There's also a lot of cloud cover associated with this, and you see that cloud cover not only over Wisconsin, but back to the west. We're going to be tracking this cloud cover moving in as we go through the next few hours, and that cloud cover is what's going to be lingering tomorrow, which is why things are going to be so much cooler. Here we are. Let's get you towards 8 o'clock. We'll see the line kind of gathering some strength to the north and west. That squall line, which is essentially the cold front, will be working its way to the south and east as we go through your Thursday. Once that moves out of here, some lingering showers are possible Thursday morning, but notice just how cloudy things will be on Thursday. Temperatures hanging out into the 60s. We may see some sunshine filtering in into Thursday afternoon, which will allow some of those temperatures to make it into the 70s. But if you don't get a lot of sunshine, I wouldn't be surprised to see those temperatures staying into the 60s for tomorrow. If you're going out to concerts on the square, go. Don't cancel your plans based on that chance for rain, but take an umbrella just to have in case. You always want to be prepared for the weather. But once we get you towards 7 o'clock, that's when we can't rule out that possibility of some showers and thunderstorms popping up. But I think the best chance for some showers and thunderstorms won't come in until really concerts on the square comes to an end later on tonight. But once that cold front gets on through here, high pressure will settle to our south and east, and then a region of low pressure will begin to develop to our north and west. That sets the stage for a strong southwesterly wind to take over to change our pattern once again towards the weekend. That means after this big dip in temperature, we're going right back up on a roller coaster ride. Temperatures into the upper 80s, heat indices likely into the low and mid 90s on those days with the humidity as well. So if you have a pool this weekend, will be a good time to use it before we begin to moderate temperatures to about average headed towards next week. We'll get a little bit lower on the humidity then as well. 60 degrees tonight, mostly cloudy with those chances for some showers and thunderstorms. Tomorrow, low 70s is likely as good as it gets, especially as we keep a lot of that cloud cover around here for your Thursday. But some sunshine does return as we get you into Friday. 82 beautiful degrees there with low humidity. That's going to be a spectacular day. Heat and humidity for the weekend, and then next week temperatures a little higher than average by about a degree or so, but really where they should be for this time of the year.
Hot weekend.
A hot weekend.
Enjoy tomorrow's coolness.
Yes, we will.
All right, Chris, thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Let's head back down to the square where the Wisconsin dairy farmers trying to set a world record. Farm Director Pam Yankee is in line. Hi, Pam.
Hey there, guys. Yeah, it's Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin now, but you're right. It used to be called the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board. Buddy can tell you all about those changes and the big to-do tonight here in conjunction with Concerts on the Square. We are going to break the Guinness World Record, largest cheese board. Chad Vincent, President CEO of Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin with me. Okay, so who hatched this idea?
You know what? We ran this idea back at South by Southwest, and it exploded nationwide, globally. And when we saw that, we actually found out that this was a real Guinness record. So we said it has to be, if it's a Guinness record about cheese, it's got to be in Madison, Wisconsin, epicenter of cheese in the world. And here we are today.
Epicenter. Look at that. Look at that cheese in the middle. That's real cheese, folks. That's not setup. That is made by Henning's Cheese. Carrie Henning is down here. That is what we call a mammoth cheddar. Tell me about it.
Mammoth, 2,000 pounds of glorious cheese,
2,000 pounds?
handcrafted in Wisconsin, finest milk in the world. And that is spectacular.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right. 2,000 pounds, and that baby is not going to waste. Kerry is here, and he told me that is on its way to Ohio as a centerpiece for a store when we get done here. But the best part about it is every bit of cheese is going to be eaten.
Every single bit, right? It's going to be the first 2,000 people in line today are going to get a cool cheese board pre-made with artisan cheese from Wisconsin, and then people will march through the line and eat cheese here. And on the rare chance that there's anything left, it's going to food banks.
Second Harvest Food Bank, yeah. So again, we expect the official announcement. I'm looking at my buddy Mike, who's jotting down notes. He is the adjudicator from Guinness World Record. 5:15. Look at he's smiling.
Oh, yeah.
He's smiling. Mike's smiling. Come on down. We are just across from the Capitol on the corner of King, not Martin Luther King, King and Main Street. Come and celebrate with Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin, the Farm Babe, and the dairy farm families we love.
All right, we'll check back in about 25 minutes, Pam. She's excited about this.
We're all excited about it.
All right, changing gears now. Coming up next, living with Parkinson's disease.
We'll meet a father and a daughter who are using some new treatments that are providing hope. That's when Live at 4 continues. Here's a live look at the lake downtown. Boats dotting the lake. A little cloudy outside this afternoon. Actor Alan Alda revealed on CBS this morning, Tuesday, that he has Parkinson's disease.
It is estimated about 1 million people in the U.S. are living with Parkinson's. The progressive nervous system disorder is debilitating and has no cure.
Kenneth Craig has the story of a father and daughter who are finding hope with the latest advances.
Oh, there's the Oriole.
Melissa Hahn and her father Edward Hahn are thankful for the new technology allowing them to enjoy life's simple pleasures. Both are living with Parkinson's disease.
You become a clock watcher. Your life revolves around your Parkinson's medicine. 3 times a day I had a half-hour period where I had to get my stuff done.
Melissa was taking more than 10 pills a day and had severe tremors and cramping when she decided brain surgery was her only option. Last summer, the 41-year-old underwent deep brain stimulation, or DBS, at Mount Sinai Hospital in New York.
In essence, that's a pacemaker for the brain.
While DBS has a long history, Dr. Brian Coppell is using the latest technology approved by the FDA. During surgery, leads are implanted that deliver electrical impulses to control Parkinson's symptoms,
giving us an ability to get better, perhaps, side effect control, perhaps even better symptom control.
Weeks later, the stimulation is fine-tuned using an iPad.
Here we go.
In a follow-up appointment, doctors gradually turn the technology off.
We're seeing more and more tremor come out.
Oh my God.
Giving Melissa's father
I can't believe this.
all he needed to see.
Did you watch that video and her success and still need some more convincing, or did you know that, okay?
No, at that point, I think I was convinced.
This is how severe Edward's tremors were without medication before the 65-year-old underwent the same surgery in March. Now he's able to text for the first time in years. He and his daughter are enjoying activities they thought they'd never do again.
There's not a day that goes by now that I don't get myself dressed, and I'm so grateful that I can get my clothes on myself.
Both still take medication, but only a fraction of the pills they once relied on. They say their only regret is not getting the surgery sooner. Kenneth Craig for WISC News 3.
Well, risk factors for developing Parkinson's include older age and having close relatives with the disease.
Men are more likely to develop Parkinson's than women.
That's some amazing treatment. Yeah. Well, it's a combination of cookies and books, and this new cafe/bookstore just opened in Middleton.
When we come back, our tastemaker Andrea Bailing will take us to Bloom Bindery to find out what it's all about when Live at 4 continues.
Good Wednesday afternoon to all of you. You're getting ready to head home. Let's go ahead and show you how the Beltline is shaping up. High volume traffic in both directions. This is the Beltline at John Nolan right now. We're going to see that going through the rest of the week just because we do have the CrossFit Games in town. So you're going to have extra people on the road in that area. You see those slowdowns already beginning to show up. Traffic moving anywhere from about 12 miles per hour towards 20 miles per hour or so, especially as you work your way eastbound on the Beltline. Now, the thing is, just like yesterday, once you get past John Nolan, things do begin to lighten up a little bit as you approach Stoughton Road. So that's the good news for that afternoon commute. Downtown, lots of brake lights showing up right around Olin Drive, Regent Street, Monroe Street, all showing some of those brake lights. Johnson, full of brake lights right now. So I have a little bit of patience just trying to get and navigate in and around and out of the downtown area as we go through the rest of the afternoon. There was one slowdown on the interstate throughout parts of Dane County as well, near some construction. That slowdown has since cleared, so that's good news. The interstate's now back up to their posted speeds at this time. See the Beltline to Janesville now going along smoothly. Middleton to Sauk City, that's showing you a little slower as well. Same with the Beltline. So just prepare for a few slowdowns as you head out, but know that it's going to be nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah, downtown's a mess, though. All right, Chris, thank you. A beloved bakery is reopening in Middleton today, months after closing its doors.
Bloom Bake Shop owner Anne-Marie Maitre opened a second location on Monroe Street about a year before deciding to temporarily close her original location to rethink the space. Today, she introduces her renovated Parmenter Street shop as Bloom Bindery. It's part bookstore, part bakery, and serving a few of Bloom's signature treats and coffee. Madison Magazine's Andrea Bailing sat down with Anne-Marie ahead of the opening to learn more about what Bloom Bindery plans to do to serve tasty treats and to support local literacy initiatives.
We definitely have plans for our Bloom bus to be utilized to do literacy programs, supporting existing nonprofits and partnering and bringing the bus either to reward initiatives with milk and cookie parties or sitting in a park just like this, having reading sessions, and whether those are tutoring sessions or reading for enjoyment sessions.
And you're partnering with Mystery to Me, is that right?
We are. Joanne and I became neighbors when we opened up on Monroe Street and completely hit it off. And we've done some different dinner programs and author events together, and it's worked really nice. So it was a really natural fit to say we want to bring books in. So we will have a small bookshelf with a curated selection of books that changes out monthly. Joanne will have a lot of great influence because she knows what is selling and what you're going to be excited about. And then I also want to just say, okay, here's some that you've got to read, and here's some of my favorite cookbooks, and share some things.
And the Literacy Network, did that just feel like a perfect fit for this?
Yeah, working with the nonprofits, since I come originally from a nonprofit background, I knew right away that I wanted to be a for-profit company that chooses to give a percentage of our profits away. That felt really important to me because I personally feel, what if all companies did that? If we all said, okay, well, here's our for-profit piece and here's our community piece. And then we have these great existing nonprofits in our community like Madison Reading Project, the Literacy Network. How can we help them? So it's really sitting down with them and finding out the areas that they could use some extra hands and extra awareness and extra help. And I think this year is going to be really exciting because I think it'll happen fairly organically to see what our spaces are best used for, to create awareness around literacy, what this little bus can do to get into neighborhoods and communities to assist already great programs.
But at the Middleton location, you still are going to offer cookies, is that right?
Cookies, and more cookies. We're going to do expanded offerings besides our peanut butter chocolate chunk. And
is that what these are here? Oh, they look so good.
They're delicious. That's my favorite one.
Well, what a cool dynamic kind of business that you're reopening now in Middleton.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having us for this little picnic today.
You are welcome, and you can have a cookie.
Oh, I will.
And Andrea joins us now from downtown. She's covering the cheese board competition for Madison Magazine. What a great idea this bindery is.
Right, yeah. And Anne Marie, she said she comes from a nonprofit background. This was a passion for her. They closed a thriving business and reopened it to address the 55,000 adults in Dane County that still struggle with low literacy. So it's awesome. And Anne Marie is just a wonderful person, and everyone is so happy that that Middleton location is back open.
Yeah, so it's a great gathering place for a very good cause, too. And coffee and those cookies, you have a sold on those cookies.
Yeah, and don't worry, there's still her signature treats there. You can get coffee, you can curl up with a book. It is the cutest little place in downtown Middleton.
And it opens today.
Yes, yeah, today is the grand reopening of it, so this is a big day for them.
Check it out up Parliament Street. Andrew, thank you.
Have fun down there, Andy.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I am going to eat so much cheese.
You can read more about Andy's view in this month's Madison magazine, and we'll be right back with a final check of your forecast. Maybe some rain coming this evening?
That's right. We're tracking a lot of those showers and thunderstorms that are out there right now. You have one severe thunderstorm warning. That's over Iowa. We're not really anticipating the threat for severe weather here, though it's possible that one of these thunderstorms produces or becomes strong to severe or two. So we'll keep a close eye on it. But isolated showers and thunderstorms this evening. Otherwise, it'll be partly cloudy. Outside of those, more clouds will come into the picture overnight and into your Thursday, along with that potential for patchy fog. We'll see those lows right around 60 degrees.
And maybe hitting 70 tomorrow.
Maybe hitting 70 tomorrow.
Wow.
Depends on that cloud cover.
Big change.
But hot for the weekend.
So enjoy tomorrow.
Yep.
All right, Chris. And speaking of tomorrow, here on Live at 4, we're on location at this year's CrossFit Games here in Madison.
The world's best athletes are in town. They're gunning for the title of the fittest in the world. They're going to like that cooler weather, I think. We'll also take a look at the local impact of the CrossFit Games. That's coming up tomorrow on location at 4.
Oh, we're going for a world
do my
record in
best,
downtown Madison as we speak. Pam Yankee, the longest cheese board.
And they can't do anything without me. I have the official tool for the actual announcement. So yeah, Suzanne